How much would you pay for a knife like this? Before you answer...
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Parents, are you concerned about the indecisiveness that your children are displaying for their school's elective choices? Are you worried about them achieving a good and respectable career for their future as a brilliant, outstanding member of our society? If that's the case, then you might want to consider visual arts as a potential elective. Why consider visual arts? Well, we move on to Tiana, who's in the field.
Thanks, Victoria. Here in the Visual Arts Department, our aim and objective is to teach our students to develop intellectual autonomy and build the ability to aesthetically and persuasively represent their ideas in the visual arts. Students will learn to develop an understanding that the field of visual arts is open to wide interpretations of their world in art-making lessons, as well as art criticism and art history lessons. For example, in a persuasive essay, you could convince me that this image is not a pipe. So students, you see, visual arts can be an interesting elective for you. Throughout the course, you'll be working in a variety of mediums, from clay to painting, photography and digital media, silk screen printing, sculpture, you name it, we can do it. Throughout the course, you'll be assessed on your art-making skills in practical tasks, and your literacy skills will also be addressed through art theory lessons, which focus on key components of the Stage 6 syllabus. Once you commence your HSC course, you'll be required to submit a body of work, as well as sitting the written HSC exam. You've seen it here first, kids. Visual arts is an amazing elective. We encourage you to break the boundaries, challenge yourself, and learn to value different interpretations of art. Thanks for tuning in. Back to you, Victoria.
Thank you, Tiana, for giving that insightful look on the aims, outcomes, objectives, and assessments. Now moving on to Emily, who is in the classroom of St. Gleason.
Thank you, Victoria and Tiana. So the visual arts course is theoretically and practically sustained by practices, the frames, and a conceptual framework about historically relevant and contemporary art. This provides a foundation for the content as well as accommodate for the diverse interests and abilities of senior students. The creative and embodied subject of visual art serves to facilitate such learning experiences through the guided inquiry basis of learning and also the contextual basis of learning. These promote positive, meaningful and subjective student experiences in regard to their learning and art making and art criticism and history, especially in Stage 6. In terms of the cross-curriculum, literacy is an area which is constantly being developed within visual arts. This is due to the range in strategies, including investigations, research and analysis used across the senior years. The accuracy of artistic terminology is also a focus throughout these courses. It signifies the representation of strong ideas, concepts and techniques. Numeracy and mathematical knowledge in the manner of visual arts links to the ongoing development of the capabilities of senior students. This includes geometrics, measurements, ratios, as well as spatial proportions. Numeracy also comes into account with the comprehension of timelines and dates of historical art. ICT use within the 21st century art classroom links to the modern form of expression. This is all done through the softwares and programs that illustrate inventive skills and growth in both contemporary art and traditional technologies. Thanks, Victoria. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Emily, for your analysis on the pedagogical approaches. And now we move on to Sandy on diversity and inclusion in Aku University.
Teaching Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students needs to convey relatedness, which is a key feature of Aboriginal worldviews. The visual arts course focuses on considerations of the land, the dreaming and symbolic representations in traditional and contemporary artworks. This is achieved through diverse teaching and learning strategies such as projects, engaging activities, interactive discussions, and excursions to galleries and studios. Not just that, students have the opportunity to be visited by artists and elders to engage in personal history and storytelling. Visual arts regards that culture and spirituality is essential for diverse students, so this course encompasses relevant lessons that are applicable to everyday social setting, which improves student morale and connectedness with their community and school. Over to you, Victoria.
We thank you for tuning in to this special broadcast for Art News. Now back to our normal programming. We hope you have a very good night.
It even comes with a matching fork.
And now we go on to Sandy on diversity inclusion at Aku University.
Learning experiences. Oh,